Jimmy Carter was the former governor of Georgia with a humble come-up as a peanut farmer who won the election of 1976 against Gerald Ford, Richard Nixon's vice president, by emphasizing honesty in the government, especially after the Watergate scandal. On his first day as president, he would immediately begin with pardoning all of Vietnam War's draft dodgers. Now, Jimmy Carter's foreign policy will have its ups and downs. Another strategic arms limitation treaty would be signed with the Soviet Union, but would not end up being ratified after the Soviets invaded Afghanistan in 1979. In response to this, the 1980s Moscow Olympics would be boycotted, marking an end to détente. Over in Egypt and Israel, the two nations had argued over territory. To help settle this, Carter had the presidents of these countries sign the Camp David Accords, and Jimmy even got a Nobel Peace Prize out of it. The conflict in Iran would not be this easy, however. Jimmy Carter had the US support the Shah, who was hated due to his brutal and unjust rule. This would lead to the Iranian Revolution in 1979, and would even escalate to the Iran hostage crisis, where many American hostages will be held in the US Embassy in Iran for 444 days until Reagan would come into office. Back at home was not great either, due to stagflation plaguing the economy. Stagflation would come with high inflation and unemployment rates, which came from LBJ's post-war economy and rising costs of raw materials. Because of this, Jimmy Carter will largely be considered a failure as president, but would go on to redefine post-presidency with accomplishments such as the creation of the Carter Center, which fought for human rights across the world.